Hey guys, it's Ep66 and welcome back to episode 66 of my Leeds United career mode. Now in today's episode, it is the final episode of the Leeds United career mode. It's the last one before we end the whole series. 66 episodes, we've been going for quite a while now, so I felt that it was the right time to end things. And I think you guys kind of want to change as well, judging by kind of this slow sort of reduction in sort of views and likes and that sort of thing. But that's fine, I'm happy to move on to another team, and I'll obviously be looking at your suggestions in the comments below for what team I should join. Early suggestions are like Lyon, Sevilla, those sort of teams, which I've been looking at the moment. The way this episode is going to pan out is basically I'm going to sim this first game against Nottingham Forest in the league, then we'll play the final league game of the season against Chelsea, and then we have got the Champions League final against Bayern Munich to play. That's obviously another game we're going to play in today's episode. So just those sort of two games for me to play, and then this one to sim against Nottingham Forest, and I'll also go through what we've done over the seasons at Leeds. So before we get into things, if we could go ahead and hit 30 likes on the final episode of the Leeds United career, then I would really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel and you've kind of just cropped up on this video for some reason on the last episode of this series, then if you are new to the channel, obviously please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't already, and I'll also really appreciate that. And let's crack on with this game. We're going to go with this side to play against Nottingham Forest again. Like I say, we'll be simming the match. Plenty of time between now and the game against Chelsea. Pickford will start, Eiling, Janssen, Anderson, Taylor, Phillips, Vieira, Moreno, Roof, Arendt and Berahino all starting in this side. So it's a fairly strong team, but some squad rotational players in there, because we've obviously had a game fairly recently in the last episode. So we are going to quickly sim it and see how we get on. It's a home game, it's Nottingham Forest. We should simply win this one. It's as simple as that, but we'll wait and see what the result ends up being. We'll skip it now, and it's a 1-1 draw. Not a good result in our penultimate league game of the season. More drop points, and that pretty much counts us out of the top 5 finish, I think, now. It's a disappointing one as that. We can still finish there, because I think Chelsea have got Arsenal and also have to play us as well, so we could finish there. But it's looking more unlikely, let's just say that, because obviously Man United can overtake us here. So top 6 is looking more likely, but even still might well slip away depending on the game against Chelsea. We've got some training drills to do here. Pickford going up to 80 overall, Lecco going up to 74 as well, just towards the end of the season as we are ending this career mode. And yeah, that's quite good that we've managed to get them up. Lecco's not kind of gone up as much as I'd hoped since joining for us, although I've not had him that long. He has gone up 3 overalls, which is okay, but I still felt he could have gone up a little bit higher, closer to the 80 overall mark. But obviously, like I say, if we'd had him for longer, then he probably would have done that. But again, against Chelsea now, let's crack on with that match. Let's change around the team and decide what will be our final team for the final league game as Leeds manager. Okay, this is the side that I've gone with for the game against Chelsea. Pickford starts in goal, Patterson at right back, you've got Janssen, Arvidsson and Taylor as my defenders. And we've got obviously Bridcut, Moreno, Delph, Gray, Vieira and Berahino going forward. And this match I've gone with plenty of options on there as ever. And yeah, we're going to wait and see how we can get on against Chelsea. Obviously a vitally important game to try and overtake them if we can in the league. But actually we've had a good result come kind of for us, I think, here a little bit. Because we are currently 6th in the league. Man United were not able to overtake us. They're still on the same amount of points as us now, after dropping some points themselves. But a win here could potentially see us get closer to 5th, but obviously it's now out of reach. We can only get 6th, which is a bit disappointing, but it is what it is, I suppose. Man United can still overtake us, but again, depends on their result from their game. So yeah, let's crack on with things and see how we get on. We need to try and get ourselves 3 points to end strongly. Not that it really affects things massively. It's either 6th or 7th, pretty much, I think, is where we're going to finish this season. Okay, here we go, the final league game of the season, and it's a home match as well to end the season on. But quite nice to just end the season on a good performance, play well. That's obviously an ideal world. We'll wait and see what happens exactly, because obviously this game won't be quite as forgiving as that. But hopefully we can end on a strong performance here. We've still got a game against Bayern Munich in the final of the Champions Cup, so we've also got to think about that game as well. Hopefully not get any injuries here. We've got Gray looking to turn in behind it. He probably should have done much better there as well. Gray looking for that pass into Berahino, who's going to shoot. Oh! It's on his left foot. It's not quite a good enough connection with it in the end to take a pass called Twy, who saves very comfortably. But still in good possession here. We're playing quite well in the opening sort of 20 minutes of this match so far. We've had the better chances, but nothing too clear-cut just yet. No, you can't do that. It's not what I wanted to do either. Put it on a plate for Fabregas. We do that a lot. That's how we've conceded most of our goals in a lot of career modes I've had on FIFA 17. It's every time we seem to put it back into the box, and whenever it's a pass to someone, we don't seem to win that next ball into the box. That's happened a lot of the time. We always just don't seem to clear things properly from crosses, and it ends up in the back of the net. I'm losing this game 1-0, probably unjustly, I'd say. I can't really say that Chelsea have had that many chances. I've won 1 or 2, but it's been fairly even. I think we're a little bit unlucky to have gone behind just before half-time here, and we probably won't have too much time to try and respond in this first half, but going to try and keep possession better. Not really done that towards the end of this first half. Certainly did at the start, but then they've started to break up play like that a little bit better. Half-time, losing the game 1-0. Yeah, a bit disappointed with the way that we conceded, but we are going to continue on with the exact same team. No changes at half-time, and just need to keep possession better. We've had too many times where the ball's just been lost in midfield. Matic is really running the show for them in midfield at the moment, just winning back everything, because our midfield isn't particularly strong. We do have some good players that can win things through standing tackles, but we actually don't really have any strength there. So that's obviously something that is going against us at the moment. We're going to have to try and deal with in other ways, maybe through pace or something like that, and just trying to pass the ball quite quickly. Oh, it's nearly a chance for Berahino there. But yeah, we're not really winning things through strength at the moment. Okay, first 2 changes here. It's 2 fairly early changes in this second half. Dakara and Leko to come on. Dakara is coming on to try and deal with Matic a little bit, give us a bit more strength in the midfield. And yeah, we're going to bring on Leko for a bit more pace and hopefully a good finish on that right foot. So Moreno and Vieira coming off, and yeah, we're just going to pretty much stay with the exact same formation for now. And just hope that that improves the side a little bit. Good chance here. Alonso should score it. Really should score it. I don't know how he's got past us so easily. And it should be 2-0. The game should be pretty much put to bed, I think, from that. Disappointing way we've defended it. How the hell he's got in that position, I've got no idea. No protection for the back 4 again as well. And lucky that Jansen's there just to prevent that pass going through. This is unbelievable. Just getting torn apart here by Chelsea's attack. We need to clear it. It's happened again where we can't clear the ball, and it's a second goal from that. It's happened 4 times in this game. Twice it's resulted in a goal. 4 times it's happened. The exact same thing. Patterson can't clear on his left foot, and that has actually happened every single time. It's always Patterson on his weaker foot, and it's resulted in another goal, and we've lost this game, I think, now. 2-0 down, 20 minutes left. Frustrating the way that's happened. It's exactly the same thing that we saw happen for the first goal, so yeah, don't really know how we can correct that, but 4 times in one game. Only 70 minutes in as well. Okay, to try and correct, I'm obviously putting a left-footed player at right back now. Patterson will just go at the right-hand side of centre-back. We do actually have a left-footed right-back in the squad. I think it's, is it Anderson? Yeah, it's Anderson, I think, is the right back that's actually a left-footed one as well. But obviously he's not in the starting 11 or the squad for this game, so we can't bring him on, sadly. Just look at this on the replay. Look at this, it's 3-0 Chelsea. I can't believe the way this has happened. This is not the right time to decide to switch positions. We've just changed the position, you've just seen it. And you can see here at the right hand side, I think that's Leko we've just brought on. You can also see Jansen there in the red boots. And you can also see, I think it's Arvidsson in the centre-back position. Patterson's already playing at centre-back, but Arvidsson decides that because we have no right-back there at the moment, because the switch hasn't been properly made, Arvidsson decides this is the right time to go over to right-back. Instead of Jansen going over or Leko going over, it automatically makes Arvidsson go over. He's obviously not in the right position, can't get close to the cross, leaves us with 1 man less in the middle, and of course, that man is going to score it. Diego Costa, Charlie Taylor can't cover, and it's 3-0. And that's all come from just that switch that we did a few seconds ago, which they tried to do during the middle of an attack. You can't switch the positions in the middle of attack. I don't know what they're thinking. And it's resulted in Diego Costa making it 3-0. The game is well and truly put to bed. And that is just tactically so poor from the defence. Not something I've told them to change position, but I certainly didn't tell them to change position in the middle of an attack. I don't know why I decided to do that. And yeah, that's obviously led to a goal for Chelsea. Arvidsson getting up the other end of the pitch now, looking for a cross on his left foot, which is obviously quite useful for us to do that. Delph's going to hit one, and wow, what a strike that is. Bit late for doing that now, Fabian, but we'll take it. 3-1. It gives us something to cheer about anyway in the final league game of the season. Despite this one going down as a loss, it's a decent strike from Delph. No stopping that right in the top left-hand corner. and it's 3-1, 8 minutes to go. Obviously not enough time to get anything from this game, but still a decent strike. But yeah, it's disappointed how we conceded those goals. Just poor defensively, and yeah, I mean, it's not been a good last few performances from us, to be honest. Our form has dipped significantly as we got towards the end of the season. Just got to hope that it's going to be good enough for the Champions Cup final. We seem to have done okay in the Champions League, but it's just the league form that's dipped massively recently. That's it, lost the game 3-1. That's the final league game of the season. Disappointing to lose it like that. But yeah, we've just not performed very well. We don't deserve to win it. Chelsea took the chances, and yeah, we just defended really badly. So it's 3-1, and yeah, probably a deserved result in the end for Chelsea. Okay, so that's the end of the season. We've got 92 million, or just over, for our Premier League season. Not too sure what that leaves us in the league. I think it might be 7th, because obviously a loss really wouldn't have helped us try and get into the position that we were after. Man United obviously very close to us. I'd imagine they'll probably leapfrog us. We'll take a look now at where we finished. Okay, so yeah, we did finish 7th, as I pretty much expected, really, with Man United winning their game. We ended up finishing 2 points in front of Crystal Palace, but that is the Premier League, the final league table, and as you can see, Manchester City winning the league title on 72 points. That's a very low points tally to win the league on. That's a little bit disappointing. They've 8 losses throughout the season, 9 draws as well. Nottingham Forest being the other team there to go and get themselves relegated, along with West Brom and Norwich. Nottingham Forest, who obviously got a point from us recently. That tells you how bad our form has been towards the end of the season. Liverpool finishing 10th, not a very good season for them. But other than that, the top 5 or 6 are pretty much as you'd expect, really, other than maybe Everton in 3rd position. But yeah, that's everything for the league side of things. We've now obviously got to try and go ahead and win the Champions League. A little bit of a difference to finishing 7th in the league to having a Champions League final on your hands against Bayern. We'll continue to do some training drills here, despite obviously not really meaning anything. We do have some attributes going up, which will be nice to obviously go against Bayern Munich with those slight improvements, but they're not much. Just finishing there for Lecco going up in particular. But let's crack on with the Bayern game. Plenty of time, hopefully, for players to stay fit and make sure that they are in okay sort of energy to play this game. Okay, this is the sound I've gone with for the game against Bayern Munich, the final game of the Leeds United career mode. We've obviously gone for a different formation because of the way that we defended that last game, and also last few matches as well at times. We are going to change things up. We got completely exploited so many times in that last game against Chelsea. Bayern Munich also like to play with wingers as well a lot, and we're getting crosses in a lot, so we're going to have to try and deal with that with a 5 at the back. Pickford will start in goal, and then as part of my 5 at the back, we've got Patterson, Anderson, Janssen, Arvidsson and Shinnie all there. Anderson's there because he's obviously the left-footed guy that can also play right back that I was on about, so should be able to deal with those sort of issues that we've been having with Patterson, who's obviously been at the back post a lot of the time, hoping that that will deal with those sort of issues. Arvidsson also another left-footed centre-back. Shinnie will get forward nicely, hopefully, for us and get some crosses in for Berahino. Delph and Bridcut to provide some pace and energy in the midfield, and also Lecco, Aarons and Berahino as the front 3. I'm a little bit tempted to go a bit more defensive than this, in fact. I was tempted maybe to pull back Aarons and Lecco a little bit more and go for a 5-4-1. And I might, to be honest, do that, but it will be that lineup anyway. It'll be those players playing. It might just be a little bit more defensive, the formation. So yeah, this will be pretty much the formation that we'll go with. This is the bench I've gone with as well. Plenty of options as usual. We've only got 1 defender on there because obviously we've got 5 already on the pitch. But Vieira, Snodgrass, Gray, Moreno, De Caro, Wood, the other options as well. So let's go on with the game now. It's the big final against Bayern Munich, the final game of the Leeds United career mode. This whole series has obviously been 66 episodes. It's taken quite a few months. We obviously started it fairly, I think it was only like a few weeks into FIFA 17, so it has been going on a decent amount of time now, and this is the final game to hopefully try and win the Champions League, which is obviously a very, very good achievement with Leeds. Let's wait and see what we can do. Hopefully, put in a good performance. Obviously, on the break, it's going to be against Bayern Munich. It's going to be a counter-attacking sort of game, but hopefully that's going to benefit us, and we can get ourselves a win. Okay, here we go with the big final. We're going to have to try and pull out a really good performance here against Bayern Munich. It's going to be a tough game, obviously. They'll have many good players playing here. Thomas Muller also is going to cause us many issues, I'm sure. We'll wait and see what other players they have playing as well. I'm sure they've made new signings. Got Griezmann over the free kick all the way back here as well. So by the looks of it, a very, very good side. Got to make sure we don't concede early. That really starts us off very badly if that is the case. Go on, Lecco. Switch that one out to Delph. That's brilliant. Had to hit them on the break here from their corner. We're not going to have loads of chances in this game, so we've got to try and make the most of the ones that we do try and create. Delph here to cross it in. Berahino! That's a big chance. He's got to do better, I think. Boateng's right behind him, so he should really get to that one first. He doesn't, and it's a corner 7 minutes in. It's a great start to this game, an exciting one. Lecco with a header. I don't know what's happened there. Is it going to go down as a free kick? I think it is. It had a free header in the end, and as you can see, they've got Coutinho as well as Griezmann, Muller, all the other great players as well on this side. It's a tough team as this Bayern one. Lecco onto Patterson, that's good. He's going to get past Alaba here. Oh, the pass was a little bit delayed there to Berahino. He's won it back anyway. Into Berahino. Can't beat Neuer to it. That's very, very good on the break again. And it certainly is working in our favour. I think it does work very well when we play on the counter-attack usually. I think it does favour this team a lot, being sort of really solid defensively and just creating a few chances. Obviously, we've got to take those couple of chances that we do create, and that's maybe something we might struggle at. Yes, go on, Lecco. Gonna shoot. Oh, can't beat Neuer. It's a great chance. Good save from Neuer. And a really good opportunity for us there to go 1-0 up. We've had the better chances so far, mainly on the break, but we've actually held our own in the opening 27 minutes of this match. Played some decent stuff at times. Just need to be careful, obviously, on the break from Bayern Munich, because they've got a great attack. And I'm sure they'll take one of the chances if we give them one on a plate. Lecco is trying to run us out of this mess. He has done well. Got past Alaba here, who's trying to catch up but can't. Can he get past Hummels as well? Still going across into the middle. It's a dangerous clearance out from Boateng, could have gone anywhere. But another corner for us. Plenty of attempts so far to get the ball into the box here. And I'm actually doing a little bit better at it than I thought we would. Aaron's again to deliver into the back post. Lecco! Oh, it's 1-0. Lecco's got the goal. Was not expecting that. 38 minutes in. He's done very well, actually, on the break. Just bringing us forward. Because obviously, been sat back a little bit. He's brought us up the pitch with his pace. And he's got himself a goal as well from a brilliant cross from Aaron's, who hasn't been playing loads for us. He's not been a starting left mid, really. But here just crosses in brilliantly into the back post. And we've caused Bayern Munich real problems there. Philipp Lahm's not going to win that header, is he, against Lecco? Fantastic header, and Neuer's not going to save it either. 1-0 up, and tactically we've got this game spot on so far. It's a shame we couldn't do that in the league recently. A chance for Griezmann. We've given them a free kick here. Not a fan of doing that, really. Not with some great takers. And going to take it here for Coutinho. Oh, what a save by Pickford. Great layoff there, and could have easily gone in the back of the net. So close to doing it. Needed the save. Going to be taken short here to Coutinho. Going to look for that pass to Thiago, unmarked. So's Kimmich. Bridcut should be able to clear, but can't again. Janssen looking to just hold him off. And goes in with a brilliant challenge, and that should be us up the pitch here. Delph looking for that ball through to Lecco just before half-time. Boateng might beat him to it, and he does. It's a really good little ball, though, over the top. Caused them some issues, and it's half-time. We're going in to half-time 1-0 up against Bayern Munich. What a performance this is. The stats suggest slightly in our favour at the moment. Obviously, possession's been a bit more in their favour. You'd expect that, though. But we've had one more shot than they have. And I think it's been just about deserved, this lead. Only just. They have had some decent chances. I think our ones have been better, and obviously one of them led to the goal. Delph on the overlap to Patterson. He's going to need to try and find a cross into the middle. Berahino was looking for it. Couldn't quite bend his run well enough, though. That would have been a really good chance if he had managed to do that. Giving them a lot of free kicks here. Griezmann over this one. Again, they're going to play it short. No, Alaba's taken it. Nearly done us there as well off the bar. What a chance. Pickford's not cleared it yet. Disappointed the way we've dealt with that one. But yeah, just giving away too many free kicks. They're getting in behind us a little bit here. And midfield's not managing to cope with that two midfielder. Being overloaded with a third Bayern Munich midfielder in there. And it's causing us some issues. They're having to step one of the defenders up in the line a little bit from that five in the back. Oh, that's a great chance. We're going to have to make a change because they are really overloading us and we're struggling to cope here. Need to think about how I can change this team round in order for us to get another centre mid in there as well. Okay, I think this is the way I'm going to try and go about it. We're going to make, I think, all three changes here. De Cara, Gray and Vieira all to come on. Lecco, Aarons and Berahino all to come off. And essentially what I've gone with is Bridcut just sitting right in front of that defence because that's where they've been getting in behind with Sanchez. Delph and Vieira are going to play in front of him as well. Gray's just going to hopefully try and really give us some pace going forward. De Cara will hopefully hold a ball for Gray to get in behind. That's the thinking, but whether it will actually happen, I'm not really too sure. We're really going to have to defend quite well for the final 17 minutes. Three at the back, though, for Bayern Munich now, so they're quite happy to push a lot of players forward. That might benefit us, but obviously we've got to be careful because they're sending loads. Delph over to Shinnie. He's got Lahm, who's really trying to cover, but he's also trying to get forward as well. Doesn't really have many options here. Shinnie's going to have to wait for them. Bridcut will give him it. And switch it over to Patterson, really trying to stretch the defence late on. Should really get that pass through to Gray. That's disappointing. What a chance that was. Good chance. Oh, what a block. Final corner. I think we might have Neuer up here. Oh, come on, we've got to clear this. Really got to clear it. Dakara, oh no, they've played it short, that's never good. Allows them to build up play well. That might be it. I don't know why they've wasted it like that. It is it, we've held on to the ball. We've won the Champions League. It's only a 1-0 win, but we'll certainly take it. The better team as well on the night. Bayern Munich didn't really turn up at times. They weren't great. They started to pass the ball around for about 5 minutes at the back late on. The last thing you want to be doing when you're losing the game. And yeah, we're beating them in the Champions Cup final. Can't believe that, especially given the results against Chelsea, who didn't perform very well. The five at the backs worked brilliantly though in this game. And the subs also came on and did a decent job when we needed them to. So yeah, not a bad way to sign out of the Leeds career mode with obviously a Champions Cup win. Not fantastic in the league, but also we have won the league in previous seasons. I think, in fact, it was our first season in the Premier League where we won the league. But as you can see here, Janssen, who is our captain, who I chose to be the captain for today's final, is going to lift the Champions Cup trophy. And here we are celebrating it. Very, very good, obviously, to end the series like this on such a high like this, obviously winning the Champions Cup. And it's going to be Pontus Jansson to lift the trophy. And here we go. We are the Champions Cup winners. Leeds United beating Bayern Munich 1-0. Fantastic result. Very, very good performance. And yeah, now we can move on to another team and see what you guys want to, also what you want me to do in the next career mode. Leave your suggestions in the comments below. I'll be really interested to read them and also reply as usual. And yeah, we'll wait and see what happens in the next career mode. It might be that it's Lyon, Sevilla. I think those are the two teams I'm interested in. Also AC Milan as well. Probably should do a vote though at some point. But there we have Pontus Jansson just go around the stadium, lifting up the trophy for everyone. And yeah, very happy to end the season like that. And it gives us a bit of silverware for us as well. We will quickly go through and take a look at like all the different seasons that we've had at the club. And as you can see, the tournament prize money, 15 million, doesn't seem that much in the grand scheme of things, obviously, for such a big win against Bayern. It doesn't really matter for us. We've obviously done the objective which we set ourselves. Especially when we got through the first sort of knockout rounds, we kind of wanted to try and get into the final if we could. That obviously wasn't the objective set by the board. Very, very happy with the way that we've managed to do that. So we will quickly go through my career now. Overall, I've had obviously one club, it being Leeds. League titles, we've had 1. Domestic cup wins, 0. A little bit surprising. Continental cup wins, 1. Biggest win was a 5-0 win against Walsall in January 2017, and we've had our biggest defeat as a 3-0 loss to Manchester City in April 2018. Record transfer fee 9.5 million, 3.6 million as our total earnings. Club record 171 games played, 88 wins, 43 draws and 40 losses. 234 goals for and conceded 137. In the first season, our objective was to fight for promotion. We did that through the playoffs. We didn't get any Manager of the Month awards, didn't get the Manager of the Year either. Record fee was paid for Barrow, 3.5 million. Bearing in mind, that was before he'd signed for Leeds as well in real life on loan. We managed to sign him and just kind of, to me, fit the bill of what Gary Monk in real life would want in a player. And obviously, he went on to join Leeds. Sol Hernandez that same season as well, 2.5 million was the most we received. Finished 5th. We had 59 games, 28 wins with 18 draws, 13 losses, 77 goals, and conceding 43. The next season, obviously, the objective was to avoid relegation. We went on to win the league. Not a bad way to introduce yourself to the Premier League. Janssen was brought in for 9.5 million on a permanent deal. Alex Morton sold for 3.5. And we played 50 games, slightly less than the Premier League here. 30 wins, 10 draws, 10 losses, 65 goals, conceding 32. Very good season for us. How we didn't get a Manager of the Month award, I have no idea, but we did get Manager of the Season. Doesn't really make sense, but it happened anyway. And this was the final season that we played as Leeds manager. Obviously, this is the season we just finished. Our objective was to finish mid-table. We finished in 7th, which is a decent position, obviously. I was not expecting to go ahead and win the league again. Fee paid was obviously for Moreno, 5.5 million. Record fee received, 13 million. I finished 7th, obviously, like I said before. 62 games, so a little bit more. Our most in one season, I think, actually. 30 wins, 15 draws, 17 losses, 92 goals, conceding 62. So that's everything for our whole sort of time at Leeds United, on a current wage of 24,000 as well. Pretty low given some of the other managers and players that are on a lot more than that. But that's everything. Thank you all so much for watching this series. Thank you all so much for watching this episode as well. If we could go ahead and hit 30 likes, I would really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. And don't forget to leave your suggestions for the next team I should play as in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.